a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. They run the counter. It's Carson, and he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
This defense for the Vikings, much improved from Week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Here's Carson. And Carson unable to make it to the yellow line as the defense bottles him up. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the lane. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It was Jamal Adams up from his safety spot to make the play behind the line.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, much improved from Week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mond out of the shotgun. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now Wilson on first down. Eluding the... And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17.
Another try after the first down sack.
Wilson, he'll spot Eskridge open left side. So for this defense, a tall order ahead trying to defend against Russell Wilson. Charles, your keys for how they might go about keeping him in check?
Well, before we even get to the keys, let's start with the problems he presents, because he feels pressure so well. He's got a great sixth sense, maybe even a 7th and 8. He knows where the pressure's coming from. He knows how to slide away from it, sometimes run away from it, and then he finds good throwing lanes to deliver downfield. So to me, it's that pressure inside, big, tall guys to make him try and throw over them and make his height work against him.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks. They'll stay put on. They'll try and throw. It's complete. A solid pickup of 5 and 8. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Wilson to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Wilson will hand to Carson on the option.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead.
Well, we've talked about it before. You know, this jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one winds up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And wasn't it interesting that prior to this game, head coach told us, I saw this sitting in my chair watching a Tuesday night college game and decided to implement it myself.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Now Mon.
Flush to his right. Lets it fly for Thielen. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team right on the midfield stripe. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Incomplete.
This defense for the Vikings, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And some space here. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0.
14, Vikings nothing. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10.
Right there, 54 Mike. Watch the pass.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
$14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Vikings nothing.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Cook now off the read option.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
From the 38,
Mon. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Right there.
Mon going to throw it. Under pressure is Mond, and he'll go down.
Aldon Smith, the former number 7 pick, gets the sack.
When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
54 mark.
Here's Mond. They're going for it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. Touchdown, Seahawks. Will Disley, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And incomplete on the deep ball.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone.
And, oh, that would get a wide-up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Now Mond on the bootleg. Under pressure is Mond, and he'll go down.
Carlos Dunlap drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Before making a move to Seattle, Carlos Dunlap was the Bengals' all-time sack leader. Ended up having 5 with the Seahawks in 8 games in 2020 as well.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line.
And they're on the 31-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. This is Carson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
I thought he did a nice job there of reading the coverage and realizing he didn't have anything downfield. So what quarterback doesn't love having a running back who's a terrific safety valve that he can dump the ball off to and turn it into a big hitter anyway?
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Wilson.
Looks for Lockett once more. This time he's got him.
Touchdown! Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now.
And the Seahawks continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're witnessing here. 27-0, Charles.
And this defense, they've just looked completely unprepared for what's been thrown at them. And you know they're supposed to adjust series to series. That has not happened for them. So I don't think halftime adjustments are going to help a heck of a lot. They are in major trouble unless they figure out something really fast.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 28-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3. Downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Back to the air, Mond. Under pressure is Mond, and he'll go down. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Blesson Austin.
Mom's pass.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the interception, here's Wilson. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks open the lead up to 34-0. So this now 34-0 with the extra point pending. And Charles, I thought these guys might have the advantage coming in, but I didn't expect this.
Well, I'm glad we're going with full transparency here because I didn't either. I thought we might be looking at a 24-20 type game, maybe 13-10 at the half. But this has been total, utter domination.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes this 35-0 now.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They'll start out here with the option left. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Second and 12.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. On 3rd, here's an option play right. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Here's Jordan Berry now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play.
And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? Well, a lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings featured back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. 2nd in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards. And that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. from the pistol. They run it with Cook. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And a curious play call here, to say the least. Thought it might be a trick, but no, he actually goes down to a knee. A 2nd and 11 from the 19. They run it with Carson. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
45's the mic. No gain on this defense, no gain.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
Now it's Carson. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Rip left, rip left.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd down. Carson. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10.
54 Mike, 54
Again, it's Cook. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
The Vikings on 3rd down, as bad as you can be, 0 for 7 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. They run it again with Cook. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down and needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down. And they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down. But guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, well, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They run again with Carson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Now a give, right side. It's Carson. He finds an opening past the 40.
50 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Right there, 54 Mike. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
On first down, Carson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got you. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. You're all mine.
On the option, a handoff to Carson. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Seahawks on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 4, now 3rd down. Again, it's Penny. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
But that's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
57. Mike, 57.
I smell fear in that offense.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. It was Nick Vigil there on the stop.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.